Okay, we're continuing on with our study or our notes on how do we collect data, and I would like to talk about experimental design. Now, there are two types that we are going to do. The first is called a two-group experiment. And here's how it works. We start with a group of subjects, okay, and we would call these individuals, or you might call them experimental units. So we have a group of subjects, and what we do is we do a random assignment. So for example, we could do random numbers and say if you are odd number, you go into group number 1, and if you're an even number, you go into group number 2. Once our subjects are randomly assigned to either group 1 or group 2, we apply a treatment. So this could be treatment number 1, like the SMART pill, and this could be treatment number 2, like the placebo. Then what we do is we collect our data and we compare the responses from each group. So for example, if our subjects all were chosen because they have similar IQ and they have similar work habits and life habits and so forth, we randomly assign them to group 1 and 2. Treatment 1 is the SMART pill, treatment 2 is the placebo. We collect data and then we compare the responses, and we would expect, if the SMART pill works, that the treatment improved the variable of the IQ, and on this one the treatment of the placebo caused nothing to happen and these IQs stayed the same. So that's a two-group experiment. The other type of experiment is called a paired design. And in this case, we start again with subjects, which is another word for individuals, and we again randomly assign or give a random assignment in one of two directions. Now, in this case, these people might get treatment number 1 followed by treatment number 2. And this group down here would get treatment number 2 followed by treatment number 1. Now, the reason that we would want to do a treatment followed by another treatment is not when you have a situation where you're comparing a SMART pill to a like a placebo, but maybe when you're doing a comparative experiment where you want to compare a flavor or a taste preference between two products like Coke and Pepsi. And what might happen is if you drink Coke first and then the Pepsi, it might cause your taste buds to like Coke better. Whereas if you drink Pepsi first and then Coke, it might cause you to like something differently. And so you do this to control for how flavors interact with each other. So in this case, what we do is we subtract response number 1 from response number 2, and basically what we're doing is we're finding the differences between the responses, and then we compare the results or the responses. Okay, well, that was a lot of notes, but this is very important to understand because you are going to use this information to perform an experiment which I will help you design, and then you will use this information to design and execute your own experiment. That's all for now. Thank you.